Hi, welcome to Roy's Game Table. Today we have Thor leadership against Ultron expert. So pull up a chair and let's see who wins. Okay, the game is set up and ready to go. Everything's been shuffled. I've got my starting hand drawn of 5 because that's what Thor gets on his Odinson side. And so it's ready for the mulligan. And I'm looking over my cards and I think I'm going to discard all of my cards that I have right now. None of them really are useful to me except for Mjolnir, but I can always pull that back out after I get my mulligan. So I'll draw back up to 5. All right, and so I've got my new hand of 5. I'm going to use Thor's ability to search my deck discard pile and put it back in, and put it in my hand. And shuffle my deck. All right. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put Mjolnir into play with Make the Call. And then I'm going to put Wonder Man into play using Genius. And then I'll flip and have Thor attack this drone here to go ahead and knock it out of the game. And then I'll have Wonder Man attack using Get Ready. And by the way, Wonder Man comes in with 3 health. So his attack will drop him down to 2. And I'm going to have him hit Ultron for 3, dropping him down to 19. And then I'll ready up and draw up to 4 for Thor. Okay, 1 threat on the main scheme. And when Ultron attacks on his side too, he has a forced interrupt that when he attacks, you put a drone minion into play, engaged with that hero. And then he gets +1 attack for every drone minion that's in play. So this is every time he attacks on side 2, not just in this phase. If an encounter card says that he gets to attack, you have to put a drone into play then. And that's one of the things that makes Ultron so tough, is those drones can get out of hand. So I got to put a drone into play. And of course for Thor, whenever he is engaged with a minion, and these drones are minions, he gets to draw 2 cards. And so I'm going to do that. All right, and I got 3 Defenders of the Nine Realms. That's not good because I might need those to thwart later, but that's what it is. What it is. Okay, so now Thor's going to attack, or I'm sorry, Ultron's going to attack, and he's got 14 hit points. I'm just going to take it. So it's going to be 3, 2 for the base of Ultron, +1 from the drone here. So 3, 4, 5. So Thor will take 5 damage, dropping him down to 9. And then that drone will attack because the minions always attack after the villain. So I'll just have Thor take that, dropping him to 8. Okay, the encounter card is a Hydra Bomber. And when he comes into play, you place 1 threat or on the main scheme, or you take 2 damage. And so I'm going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. It's only going to take it up to 2, and he'll come into play with 2 health. And unfortunately, that's unfortunate because I've already drawn the card for that phase. So I wish that could have happened. But anyway, now it's Thor's turn. And I could use one of my Defenders of the Nine Realm to go ahead and get rid of the threat here. And there are some minions in the deck. And I may go ahead and do that. So I think I will. I think I will use a Defender of the Nine Realms. So I got to discard cards until I get a minion. And it's another Hydra Bomber. Okay. And I'm definitely not going to let him put threat on the main scheme or else it'll advance. So I'll just take the 2 damage this time, dropping Thor from 8 to 6. And then because I'm 4, well, first of all, let me finish this. So put the minion in play, engage you through, remove 3 threat from his scheme. I'll remove 2 threat from here. So that resolves that card, but because I'm Thor and a minion came in during this phase, I get to draw 2 cards. So I'll draw 2 cards. Okay, God of Thunder and Inspired. So now I've got 7 cards, and I think I really want to get myself built up. I got 2 hammer throws. I want to hold on to those best I can, but I think I want to get in a God of Thunder. I think that's important. So I'm going to put that in using an Inspired and a Defender of the Nine Realms. And because I took some damage, I'm going to put in his helmet using a Defender of the Nine Realms and a hammer throw. No, using Defender of the Nine Realms and God of Thunder for 2, and that'll bring him from 6 up to 11. Okay. And I'll hold on to those hammer throws and hopefully get to use them at some point. And then I'm going to have Thor hit for 3 to take out one of these bombers. And I'm actually going to go ahead and discard a hammer throw so that Wonder Man can hit for 3 to take out the other bomber. And I won't be able to get rid of this drone, but that's okay. And I'll ready and draw back up to 4. So, 1 threat on the main scheme. And he's going to attack again, so a drone comes into play. And again, whenever Thor gets engaged by many, he gets to draw 2 cards. So I will. Okay. And then he's going to attack for 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have Wonder Man take this. So it's going to be 4. Just 4 damage. And that'll knock Wonder Man out of the game, of course. And then the 2 minions will attack, and that'll drop Thor down from 11 to 9. And the encounter card is Repair Sequence. Ultron heals 2 damage for each drone engaged you do. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge. Well, he's supposed to heal 4 because it's 2 for each drone. There's 2 drones. He can't heal. He can only heal up to 22, but he can heal back to full health, and so the card will not surge. That's the good news. The bad news is I lost all that damage, but hopefully I'm going to be able to do something right here. All right, so it's back to Thor. Okay, so I'm going to have Thor attack for 3, and I'm going to have him hit Ultron for that, bring him down to 19. And then I'm going to hammer throw using God of Thunder and the Power of Leadership and a lead from the front for 2, 3. Okay. I got to exhaust Mjolnir and deal 8 damage to an enemy. I'm going to deal it to this drone here. That's 1. And then it has overkill. So... well, I got to return Mjolnir to my hand, and then that's overkill. So it's going to be 7 damage to Ultron, dropping him from 19 to 12. Okay. And then I want to go ahead and put Mjolnir back into my hand using, I'll use a lead from the front for that. And then that's all I can do. I guess I'll hold on to those 2 cards and ready Thor. And I got 9 hit points, so I'm going to try to make it 1 more round as Thor. Okay, so I'll draw up 2, 4. 1 threat on the main scheme. He'll get engaged by a drone minion, letting him draw 2 cards. Okay. And then Ultron's going to attack. I'm going to defend this time just to be safe. He'll attack for 2, 3, 4. Plus 2 is 6. So 4, 5, 6 minus 2 is 4, dropping him down from 9 to 5. And then the 2 minions will attack for 2, dropping him down to 3. All right, and the encounter card is upgraded drones. So now the drones have 2 hit points and 2 attack unless I spend some resources to get rid of those. And I can do that, and I may have to do that. But it's back to Thor, and I want to see what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to put Mockingbird into play using God of Thunder. Strengthen numbers and make the call for 2-3, for 1, 2, and 3. And she'll come in with 3 health, and when she does, she'll stun an enemy. So I'll stun Ultron. And then I'm going to put in Squirrel Girl using the power of leadership. And when she comes into play, she deals 1 damage to each enemy. So that drone will take 1. That drone will take 1, and then he'll drop down from 12 to 11. Ultron will. Then I'm going to have Squirrel Girl hit one of the drones for 1, and Mockingbird hit another drone for 1 to knock them out of the game. And I know that the main scheme is going to advance, but I think I'm okay with that for now. I'm going to hold on to Hammer Throw, and I've got a couple blockers if I need them. But I really would like to heal with Thor. I think I'm actually going to flip. That may be a mistake, but I'm going to flip to Thor and ready. Okay, I hope I'm not making a mistake there. He draws up to 5. So, this will advance. And so, I bring a drone out. And then he'll scheme for 2, 3. And then the drone will scheme for 1, bringing it to 4. And then the encounter card. Each drone minion engaged with the hero attacks. If no attacks are made this way, put the top card of your deck into play face down as a drone minion. Okay, so that's what I have to do because I'm in Odinson. All right. So back to Thor's turn. I'm going to heal Thor for 4, bringing him from 3 back up to 7. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip him. And I want to play a lightning strike. And I'm going to need 2 damage to be able to get these drones out of the way. So I'm going to use God of Thunder for 1. And I hate to do it, but I'm going to use, well, I'm going to pay for Lightning Strike with 4 Asgard. And so I'm going to use God of Thunder for 1 energy resource. And I hate to do it, but I really need Hawkeye, I think. But I don't want to lose my Hammer Throw either. I think I will discard the Hammer Throw for the energy resource to do 2. So that's 2 energy resources, deal X damage to the villain. Each minion engaged, so 2 to these. And 2 to Ultron, bringing him from 11 to 9. Okay, and I can't do anything with Hawkeye and Vision. I will have Mockingbird go ahead, I think, and thwart for 1, just to help me over here. And then I'll ready up and draw. Okay, I'll place 1 threat on the main scheme. And when I do that, I'll have a drone come in. Because the force response on Assault of NORAD, which is the 2B side, if in case you don't know, is after you place the threat there, you have to either put a drone minion in play or 2 more threat on the main scheme. So I'm going to put a drone in play so that Thor can draw 2 cards. Now that will empty his deck. So I'm going to have to deal myself an encounter card and shuffle back up. I'll do that. Okay, so he's supposed to attack, but he can't because he's stunned. And then this minion will attack for 2, but I'm going to have Squirrel Girl take that. So she's out of the game. Then I have to deal myself another encounter card. The first one is false alarm. When revealed, you're confused. So Thor is confused. And then the other one is advanced Ultron drone. And I don't get to draw cards because I've already done it this phase, but he'll come in to play with 4. Okay. Back to Thor. Okay, I don't want to put Maria Hill into play. I'll use strength to do that because when she comes into play, which she'll come in with two health, she lets me draw a card. Okay, good. A hammer throw. And then I'll have her go ahead and thwart for 2 off of the main scheme, dropping it down from 4 to 2. I'm going to have Thor attack for 3 onto... I think I'll just have him knock this drone out. And I really need to get rid of this upgraded drone. So I need to spend an energy, mental, and physical resource to discard this card. I hate to get rid of Nick Fury though. And I'm not going to. I'm going to actually put Nick Fury into play using God of Thunder for 1, Hawkeye, Vision, and Falcon for 2, 3, 4. And when he comes into play, I'll have him do the 4 damage to knock this advanced drone out. And when the advanced drone is defeated, the engaged player puts the top card of their deck into play, face down, engage with them as a drone minion. So, I'll do that, and because I'm Thor and a minion comes into play, I draw 2 cards. Alright? By the way, Nick Fury comes in with 3. And I'm going to hammer throw, spending Genius and get ready for the 3 resources I need. So I'll exhaust Mjolnir, deal 8 damage. I'll deal it to this drone, which is going to be 2 to the drone. And then 6 to Ultron, dropping him from 9 to 3. And then I had to put Mjolnir into my hand. And I think I'll have Nick Fury thwart for 2 on the main scheme. So hammer throw comes back. And I normally it's good to stay on hero side so that you can use Nick Fury to block, but I actually think I'm close to moving Ultron. He's at 3 health. I've got some blockers for other times. I really think this, and there's no threat on the scheme. I think this is a good time to flip to Odinson. And then when I do that, I'm going to discard Mjolnir because I can always get it back at the beginning of my next turn. Ready everything up, and then I'll draw up to 5. Okay, start of the villain phase. We got 1 threat goes on the main scheme. He'll scheme for 2. Just for 2, good. That's an advance. So that's going to go up to 3. So we just saw 1 advance come out. I don't know if the other one's out, but hopefully this card here won't let him scheme again because it's the encounter card and it's going to be exhaustion. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to ready Thor. So I have to exhaust my identity card and it'll surge. And it puts in invasive AI. Okay, so when that comes in, it comes in with 3. And each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. Alright. Well, I didn't want Thor to be exhausted. I wanted him to heal. But it's too late for that now. I'm just going to have to do what I can with what I've got. And then I'm going to use his special ability to bring Mjolnir back into his hand. And then I have to shuffle my deck. Okay. All right, I am going to get rid of this upgraded drone. I'm going to use God of Thunder for the energy to generate the energy resource I need. Oh, I can't do that until I get to Thor. To the Thor side. So I'll go ahead and flip to Thor. And I'm going to use the energy resource for this upgraded drone. I'm going to use the power of leadership for the mental I'm sorry, for the physical. And then one of the lead from the fronts. Actually, I'm going to have to do... I'll do for Asgard, I guess, for the physical. So for Asgard's physical, power of leadership's mental, and then this was the energy. So I'm a hero. So I'm going to discard that. I need to get rid of this side scheme, and I hate to do what I'm about to do, but I don't really see a better plan. Getting exhausted really messed me up. I'm going to lead from the front with strength in numbers, and the other lead from the front. And so now Maria Hill can thwart for 3. So I'm going to have her do that. It'll knock her out of the game, but it will also take this side scheme out. I'm not going to have Mockingbird do anything because I want her to block the attack that's coming. Hold on to Mjolnir, ready up, and draw up to 4. Okay, 1 threat on the main scheme. I will have a drone come into play, engaged with him, so he'll get to draw 2 cards. Alright. And so he's going to attack. And when he attacks, he puts the drone out. So he's going to attack, and Mockingbird's going to take this for 4. And it's a boost. Choose to either spend a mental resource or put the top card of your deck into play face down, engage you as a drone minion. And I don't want to get rid of my lightning strike. So I guess I'm putting a card face down. That's okay. I wanted to keep the lightning strike so that I can get rid of that minion. So we'll do that. So anyway, he attacks for 2, 3, 4. Actually, I think 5. It really doesn't matter because Mockingbird was blocking it. So she's done. And now the encounter card. Oh my goodness, Shadow of the Past. And I do not want to see that. So that's going to bring in Loki into the game. He's over here. He comes in with 4 hit points. And that is just terrible. And then the side scheme will come in. I'll put it over here and hopefully not forget about it. But when it comes in, place 1 additional threat here for each Asgard card in play. So we have 3 of them. Thor, God of Thunder, and Thor's helmet. So that's going to be 5 total threat. And it has an acceleration icon. Alright. And then I'll shuffle in these other 3 cards into the deck. Okay, and it's back to Thor. Well, I need to get Mjolnir into play. So I'm going to do that using lead from the front. Well, I'm in quite a pickle here. And I actually could move Ultron to his other side, but I wouldn't be able to get... When he goes to side 3, a side scheme comes out called Ultron's Imperative. It has 2 threat on it. It has a hazard icon, and it brings out 2 drones. And I don't have any way to get rid of that side scheme because I'm confused. I have no way to get rid of that side scheme if I move them. So I don't know if moving them over right now is the best thing to do. So I'm going to try to do the best I can. And, you know, I may have to do that anyway. I think at this point, I just got to go for the win. All right. I'm just going to go try for the win. I don't really see much of a choice. So I'm going to have Thor attack for 3 on Ultron. And that will drop him down to 0. And so that will move him to a side 3. And he comes back in with 27 health. And when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Ultron's imperative side scheme. Reveal it, shuffle the encounter deck. So I'm going to do that. Okay. And that side scheme comes in with 2 threat. And when it gets revealed, which it did, the first player puts the top 2 cards of their deck into play, face down, engage them as drawn minions. So I'm going to do that. So I've got 5 minions and Loki against me, but this is the first time a minion has engaged Thor this phase, and he gets to do it in any phase. So I draw 2 cards. All right. I'm going to do Lightning Strike, pay for it with one of my Defender of the Nine Realms. Okay, and then I'm going to use God of Thunder to generate 1 energy resource and Hammer Throw to generate the other energy resource. And the reason why I need 2 is because Ultron side 3 says each draw minion gets +1 attack and +1 hit point. And he can't take damage while there is a drone in play. So I'm going to be doing 2 damage to everything, because let me read Lightning Strike. Spend X energy resources. I did. I spent 1, and Hammer Throw energy resource was 2. And then deal X damage to the villain. So in this case, deal 2 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with you. This attack ignores tough status cards if you have the aerial trait. Well, I don't get to... This is simultaneous. So Ultron specifically says that he can't take damage, he can't take damage while there are drones in play. So I can't hit him for 2, but I can hit all of the drones for 2 and Loki. So that's what I'm going to do. All these drones are going to go out of the game. And then Loki will drop down from 4 to 2. And Lightning Strike comes out of the game. All right, and now I'm going to make the call for Maria Hill, because she's down there somewhere. Let me find her. Okay, and I'm going to use, I hate to use Hammer Throw, but I'm going to use Hammer Throw and Defender of the Nine Realms to bring her into play. And when she comes in, she'll come in with 2. She lets me draw a card, which is another make the call. And I'm going to have her thwart for 2 to get rid of this scheme that just came in. So I think that's the best I could have done. I know I still have Loki. I know I still have this side scheme here that's going to give an acceleration token. But the drones are gone. And, we'll do what I can. So we're going to ready up and draw up to 4. Okay. Put 1 threat on the main scheme. And I will go ahead and let the drone engage Thor so that he can draw 2, but that emptied my deck, so I have to deal myself an encounter card. I'm going to shuffle up and draw 2. Okay, so I'm going to draw 2. And then, so that was for the main thing here. So now he's going to attack for 4, and no more drones come out, though. That is one nice thing. Maria Hill's going to take this. It's 4, 5, 6. So she's going to get knocked out of the game. And then the drone is going to attack Thor for 2, and Loki will attack for 2. So I don't know that I want to take both of those. So I'm going to defend against the drone and just take the 2 from Loki, dropping him down to 5. Deal myself the other encounter card and hope that I can survive this. The villain attacks you. Assault. The villain attacks you. So he attacks, and I don't think I'm going to be able to survive this. There's nothing I can do. No more blockers. So he attacks for 4, 5, 6, and Thor only has 5 hit points left, so that drops him down to 0. That's the game. So Thor leadership against Ultron expert. I thought it was going to be tough. I have a hard time with Thor solo against anybody except Rhino, and this was definitely the case. I did manage to get him to side 3, but I wasn't able to do any damage, but it just really messed me up when every time Shadow of the Past comes in, it just messes with me mentally. I think it messed me that time. I mean, that was 2 damage that I took from Loki. And if I wouldn't have had to do that, he would still be in the game. And this would have just been an attachment. I would have been able to go my next turn, but Loki was in the game. But that's just the way it works. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. If you did, please consider to like and subscribe. And hit the notification bell for any future videos I put out. There are some other games I want to play through, and I'm going to be doing those for a while. But this isn't the last Marvel Champions game I'm going to be doing. I'll be doing more, so stay tuned for those. And again, hit the notification bell so you'll know when those will come out. But thank you for watching. Have a great day, and until next time, I'll save you a seat at the table.